What begins as an ordinary drive through southeast Houston slowly transforms into a moment of chaos, danger, and uncertainty. Streets that moments earlier were filled with everyday commuters suddenly become the stage for a high-risk police pursuit that places countless lives at risk. This is the story of a chase that tested the limits of judgment, patience, and public safety. Southeast Houston is a vast and busy area, made up of residential neighborhoods, industrial corridors, and major roadways that connect thousands of people to work, school, and home. Traffic moves constantly through this part of the city, and law enforcement regularly patrols the area to keep drivers safe and maintain order on the roads. On this day, officers noticed a vehicle committing traffic violations. Nothing about the situation seemed unusual at first. Minor traffic infractions are part of everyday policing, and most stops end quickly and peacefully. But what happened next would turn a routine encounter into a dangerous chain of events. When officers attempted to pull the vehicle over, the driver made a sudden and deliberate choice. Instead of slowing down and stopping, the vehicle accelerated. In that moment, everything changed. What could have been a brief stop escalated into a full police pursuit through one of Houston's most populated areas. As the vehicle sped away, police activated their emergency lights and sirens. Nearby drivers were suddenly forced to react, unsure of where the chase was heading or how close it was. Intersections that normally flowed with controlled movement became unpredictable zones of risk. The fleeing vehicle maneuvered aggressively through traffic, ignoring traffic signals and weaving between cars. Each turn increased the danger. Pedestrians, commuters, and nearby residents had no warning that a high-speed pursuit was approaching their streets. Police officers involved in the chase were now faced with constant split-second decisions. Every second required judgment. How close to follow, when to slow down, and whether continuing the pursuit posed too great a risk to the public. These are decisions made in real time, under pressure, with no margin for error. As the pursuit continued, officers observed something alarming. Items were thrown from the fleeing vehicle. This act suggested desperation and raised serious concerns about what the occupants were trying to hide. Police later determined that the discarded items were illegal narcotics, adding another layer of severity to the situation. The chase moved across multiple roads and neighborhoods. At times, the vehicle reached high speeds, forcing officers and surrounding drivers into tense moments of near collision. Traffic conditions changed constantly, making the pursuit even more dangerous. From above, law enforcement monitored the situation closely. Coordinated communication between patrol units and dispatch ensured officers knew where the vehicle was heading. The goal was clear: bring the pursuit to a safe conclusion without causing harm to innocent people. For bystanders, the scene was shocking. Some watched from sidewalks or parking lots as police vehicles rushed past. Others heard sirens echo through their neighborhoods, unaware of how close danger had come to their doorsteps. High-speed pursuits are among the most controversial aspects of law enforcement. While officers must enforce the law, they must also weigh the risk posed by continuing a chase. In densely populated areas, every decision carries the potential for unintended consequences. As the pursuit continued, officers adjusted their strategy. Rather than forcing a dangerous confrontation on open roads, police worked to guide the situation toward a controlled environment where the risk to the public could be minimized. Eventually, the fleeing vehicle entered a confined area, a parking lot surrounded by fencing. This moment marked a turning point. Police vehicles quickly positioned themselves, blocking any possible escape routes. With the suspect vehicle contained, officers transitioned from pursuit to arrest. Commands were issued clearly and firmly. The occupants were instructed to exit the vehicle one by one and walk backward toward officers with their hands visible. The situation, which had unfolded at high speed and under intense pressure, slowed dramatically. What followed was a careful and deliberate arrest process designed to ensure everyone's safety. 2 individuals were taken into custody without further incident. No civilians were injured, and officers were able to secure the scene. The narcotics thrown from the vehicle during the chase were recovered and documented as evidence. Only after the dust settled did the full scope of the incident become clear. What began as a traffic violation had escalated into a dangerous pursuit involving multiple jurisdictions, serious criminal charges, and significant public risk. The driver was charged with felony evading arrest, a serious offense reflecting the danger posed during the chase. Both suspects also faced charges related to tampering with evidence, tied directly to the items thrown from the vehicle while fleeing. This incident sparked renewed discussion about police pursuits and public safety. Supporters emphasized the importance of holding reckless drivers accountable. Critics raised concerns about the dangers such chases pose to innocent people. What cannot be denied is the reality captured in this footage. These are not scripted scenes. They are real events involving real people making real decisions under extreme pressure. Moments like this remind us how fragile safety can be on public roads. A single choice, to flee instead of comply, can put countless lives at risk within seconds. It is only near the end of this story that the broader context becomes clear. This pursuit, captured on video and later released to the public, occurred in 2018, a time when discussions around police tactics, accountability, and public safety were already intensifying nationwide. Even years later, the lessons remain relevant. Cooperation with law enforcement saves lives. Reckless decisions compound consequences, and every moment on the road carries responsibility. This chase through Southeast Houston stands as a reminder of how quickly control can be lost, and how discipline, coordination, and restraint can prevent tragedy. Thank you for watching. Stay aware, stay responsible, and remember that the choices made on the road affect far more than just the driver behind the wheel.